Hi, my name is Mark Potter and I'm the inventor of GXBolt 963. When looking at athletic ability and more importantly, looking at speed and understanding the science behind speed and developing it with athletes, we understood that the best athlete applies the most amount of force in the shortest period of time. And not only was that to be found as the best athlete, but they were also to be found as the fastest athlete on the field at one particular time. We understood going into it that there are four major components that we wanted to address, and that's rate of force production, stride length, stride frequency, and improving an athlete's form. When looking at developing speed, the athlete has to address first step quickness, they have to address proper angles, they have to address power phase, transitional phase, acceleration phase, maximum velocity, and deceleration phase. Those are the major components and areas that have to be addressed when developing an athlete for absolute speed. When looking at that and looking at the athletes that we were formally training, there were no devices out there that could allow us to accomplish that in one device outside of taking bags of bands and cones and setting up 10,000 stations and taking workouts into 2 and 3 hours. We wanted to come up with a device that could simplify all the workouts, reduce the reps, increase the quality, but also reduce athletes' injuries. And so with that, GXBolt was invented. We can take athletes out on the field with few weights, set up a set of cones and GXBolt, and we can go to work. And we can address every single component when it comes to developing speed in an athlete. We're looking at the power phase and developing an athlete. In the power phase, the athlete has to generate an exorbitant amount of force as they're building up to maximum velocity, top end speed. But when you look at the movements and the pattern alone, you see the athlete has to drive their arms and their legs and produce that force in a short period of time. When covering that distance, in the power phase, there's a set distance depending on the length of the race or the drill, be a 40, a 60, or 100 meters, or even 200 meters. The power phase lasts for a set distance, and the athlete has to be able to cover that set distance in the drive phase. You do not want to have your athlete sprinting as fast as they can. When we're talking about speed development, you do not want to have them sprint as fast as they can, get to a set distance, and then suddenly have to stop. It's not the outside that you're damaging, it's the inside that you're damaging, and what's inside the body are muscles. And then we're talking about muscle development. You do not want to develop the muscles to cover a set distance and then they suddenly have to hit the brakes and stop. Because once an athlete gets into open field, or they're on the track, or they're running the 60 or the 40, you want the athlete to accelerate through the entire race. Or if they're running away from opponents on the football field, you want them to be able to run and blow the top off of an offense or defense if there's an interception or there's a deep ball, or for running backs. You want them to get out into open field and hit other gears as they break away. And now we're talking about breakaway speed. So GXBolt 963 will allow athletes to make an easy transition as they transition to the next phase of their sprinting training. When utilizing GXBolt 963, the unit comes with a strategic set of harnesses. A shoulder harness that is easy to use as athletes make easy transitions on and off the unit. Easy click, multiple use harness. There's a set of leg harnesses that comes with the bolt that goes on the knee or below or on the ankle, whichever one that the athlete or coach prefers. And then there's the wrist harness. The wrist harness was strategically chosen because looking at amateur athletes, when we're talking about speed development, you do not want to have the athlete put on a set of harnesses that goes between the index finger and the thumb, because what naturally happens as the athlete takes off and runs is they make a fist. And when you make that fist, the full arm tightens up, the entire arm tightens up, then the neck, shoulders, lower back, and then it's downhill from there. We chose the wrist harness so that way an athlete, as they're sprinting and the coach is telling the athlete the drills and they're running down the field or the track, they can keep their hand open and relaxed. And so the most explosive muscle is a relaxed muscle, and having an athlete run in a relaxed state. Those are the strategic harnesses that come with the GXBolt 963. GXBolt 963 comes with easy connection options for athletes and coaches to get on and off of the unit. Wrist harness, shoulder harness, and athletes in transition can transition in about 15 to 20 seconds if there's multiple athletes. Multiple athletes can utilize GXBolt 963 at one particular time, connecting on and off. For coaches and athletes that are out utilizing GXBolt, the transition with the speed cords are easy with GXBolt 963. There are 4 cam cleats inside the box that allows the cords to be locked down so the athlete can perform safe drills. If I want to take the cords from the power phase to the acceleration, or I want to just simply extend the cord, then I push down on the cord inside the box where the cord and the cam cleat meet, and then I just pull the cord to meet. Then I pull between the cam cleat and the cord, and I extract the cord to whatever distance that I have set out for the drill. If I want to retract the cord, then I do the opposite. I pull between the pulley system and the cam cleat to the marker that I have set for the drill. And once I do that, I lock it down in the cam cleat. And now we're able to conduct safe drills and transition in and out of multiple drills with multiple athletes. Once workouts have concluded and it's time to pack up and go home for rest and relaxation, and I know the athletes will really enjoy that. You take your cords and you carefully wrap them up, and you place them inside the box nice and neat. You take your speed cords and you simply wrap it around the cylinder that holds the weight, both arms and legs. And that's how you pack the cords and lock the cords down on your GXBolt 963 unit. You take your pull strap, you wrap it up, you place inside the box the harness, inside the box you take your wrist and leg harness and you place those carefully inside your box, and now you're ready to go home. You simply pick up your unit and now you're ready to go. As you can see, GXBolt is a revolutionary piece of training equipment that is a must-have by coaches, athletes, and parents across the nation. GXBolt is helping athletes across this country break records, school records, run PRs, qualify for the Junior Olympics, win Junior Olympics, become state champions, and also national champions in football. GXBolt 963 is the game changer.